Can you imagine that your child leaves for school and comes home and their gender has been changed? I don't want to get into the details, but it's not even believable.
So right there, he's absolutely right. It's not even believable because it's never happened. And of course, you don't want to go into any details because there are no details because this has never freaking happened. My wife and I are both educators, and every year we allot about $2,000 to $4,000 to purchase things for our students. We buy Kleenex, we buy erasers, we buy crayons, we buy pencils, we buy more Kleenex. If a kid forgets their lunch money, we've paid for that as well. I mean, schools barely have any money to pay for anything. They reimburse us about $500 a year for the things that we purchase. But Donald Trump wants you to believe that somehow, some way, schools are able to hire entire surgical teams with nurses, anesthesiologists, and surgeons to change genders? When? During freaking recess? The fact that there are people in the audience listening to him say these things and no one is yelling out, "What the f*** are you talking about?" really worries me. I mean, I know these people aren't the most intelligent people, but I gotta believe that 50% of them are sitting there wondering, where the hell is he conjuring up these lies from? Like, this is not based in any reality at all. And what is sad is it is not the first time he's said this.
Can you imagine you're a parent and your son leaves the house and you say, "Jimmy, I love you so much. Go have a good day in school." And your son comes back with a brutal operation. Can you even imagine this? What the hell is wrong with our country?
You, Donald, you are what's wrong with this country. You're a pathological liar, and some people actually think you should be the president of the United States. So in this scenario, this family has a son named Jimmy, who they love because they tell him, "I love you," before he leaves for school. This family who loves their son has no idea that he's dealing with gender identity issues, so much so that they don't even know that the school somehow scheduled him for a brutal operation on that day. Because according to Donald Trump, Jimmy goes to school that morning and comes back with a brutal operation that day. Again, how is no one yelling at this dude, "What the fuck are you talking about?" And if I were a journalist with the opportunity to interview Donald Trump, or if I were a moderator at a debate, I would ask about this over and over again until he either lied and gave details about something that didn't exist, in which case I would say, "You're full of it," or until he admitted he was lying. But I would not allow him to continue to tell this damn lie without any pushback. This is absolutely crazy, and he has told this multiple times.
But the transgender thing is incredible. Think of it. Your kid goes to school and comes home a few days later with an operation. The school decides what's going to happen with your child. And you know, many of these childs 15 years later say, "What the hell happened? Who did this to me?" They say, "Who did this to me?"
This is why I always say we have a media in this country that is not doing their job. If they were doing their job, they wouldn't allow him to get out of any interview or press conference without thoroughly answering questions about this asinine claim. And let's be absolutely clear here. Donald Trump knows that this is not happening. This is calculated bigotry. This is blatant hate toward the LGBTQIA plus community, specifically transgender people. Donald Trump knows that there are two types of people who follow him: the people who don't care that he is lying, and the people who aren't intelligent enough to know that they're being lied to. So he just lies because it doesn't matter if people call him out on it. The people who don't care that he's lying will back him up no matter what. They do it for political clout and the monetary value of staying in politics. And the people too ignorant to know that they're being lied to, they'll just say, "Oh, you're fake news," or "Where'd you hear that from, the lamestream media?" This is the same thing that happened with the story about Haitian migrants eating pets. He and J.D. Vance knew that this wasn't true, but they also knew that by the time the truth got out, the lie would have already been regurgitated by their followers. It is absolutely sad, scary, and ridiculous that we live in a country where the leading candidate for president for a political party can tell abhorrent, blatant lies, and no one in the media has the intestinal fortitude to call them out on it. Period.